So I just watched Daredevil Born Again season 2 episode 2 and 3, and things have started to get more coherent. Things have started to connect more and more, especially episode 2 and 3. They have started to feel more and more like the part of the greater MCU, and that is something which I absolutely love. Now in episode 1 we actually got a glimpse of the Avengers Tower, which is now kind of the new Avengers Tower. And in here we actually get reference to Spider-Man, and when I listened to it I was like, what? It just caught me by surprise, and it was just amazing. So this BB Urich, who is Ben Urich's nephew or granddaughter, she is the one who is behind all that parody of Mayor Fisk, the masked Mayor Fisk, and she calls the vigilante task force the friendly neighborhood task force. So that kind of makes sense that they might know who Spider-Man is by this, what do you say, reference. So that kind of might be a thing. This directly leads into the Punisher special presentation, and we actually get a lot of talk about Punisher in here. Karen and Daredevil just talk about what Punisher is doing, where he might be. So yeah, we are just told a lot about it, and then again we actually see a huge impact of Mr. Duquesne, the swordsman that we saw last time in, of course, season 1, and prior to that we saw him in Hawkeye. So it is definitely interesting to see that New York City, which is like the home of all these vigilantes, Daredevil, Spider-Man, Punisher, and everyone, like all these street level heroes, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, all of these heroes who are just operating in this city. And it's just starting to make sense. Like, Fisk is this big street level figure, or like street level villain who they have to take down, and by the end of this season perhaps they might take down, or it might continue into next season, because by the end of this, of course, we know Jessica Jones is also going to appear in this season, so that makes sense. Now there are also rumors that Luke Cage is also going to appear from the Netflix series, like the same guy is going to reprise his role as Luke Cage, so he might also appear in here. So let's see what happens with this one, because this season is definitely more interesting. It has more pieces involved in it, more characters involved in it, which are significant. Now we also got Hector Ayala's daughter, or again his nephew. I am kind of forgetting their relation, but yeah, even she has donned on the mantle of White Tiger. She has the amulet. So yeah, we are getting more and more vigilantes in opposition to Kingpin here, and that kind of just makes super sense. Like in the end you can like just show all these vigilantes just go against Kingpin, and in the end like finally defeat him. So in this one it is more of like getting the city free from Kingpin, or getting like the power to the people again, where they have kind of just given it away to Kingpin, who's pretending to do people's good. And that is what we see explicitly in season 1 and season 2. Like now Kingpin not only has power in the shadows, but he actually has legal power. He has power over people's lives, like which he affects literally daily, to literally just pass a rule, just pass a legislation in his policies or in his office, to just for people to bend towards as well. So that is why Kingpin has gotten like more impactful, and kind of he has gotten more scary for normal people. And that is what we see in here. Like I believe it was, yeah, in episode 2, like the anti-vigilante task force guys, they literally pick up the guy who was defending his own shop. They pick up the kid, perhaps, who was kind of fooling around, and they pick up the person who was kind of trying to diffuse the situation. They pack them all up and send them to prison. Like, what is this? What is going on? Then we also see that people who are kind of suspected as vigilantes, they do not even get legal representation. They do not even get a chance to defend themselves. They are just locked up, and even the court, even the justice system cannot do anything about it. Like, because it is just on the acts, it is on the policies to not do certain things which are against the vigilantes. So it's a trap for them. And that is why things have come to a boiling point, where force is finally erupting on both sides, from Kingpin sides and the vigilante sides as well. And for Kingpin, his image and his stature as a political figure and a person who will save the New York City is more important to him than people's lives, because he literally just blasts the ship in which there were people, there were workers, and there were goods in there. So it just shows how much he cares about his own image appearance, about his own, what do you say, public appearance rather than the lives of the people. So that definitely is something. And you do not want that kind of a mayor or a political leader for and representing you. So yeah. So this series is definitely turning out to be good, and I hope this just excels our expectations every single time as it has done previous season as well, and I hope it does in this one as well. So of course, I do think we will be getting more and more vigilantes in this season. So let's see what happens. This was amazing. I loved episode 2 and 3, and the reason they were kind of putting it together, it makes sense because yeah, it was just a little continuation. You cannot, I mean, yeah, you can put off a week in between, but still, it's good they put this right here. So yeah, that's great. I loved this episode. I enjoyed it. So sub to the channel, and yeah, that's it.